Hello, everyone. My name is Daniela and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is Mo Zulfiqar with another exciting income pick. If you would like to read any more about what Mo writes on a regular basis, head to incomeinvestors.com or you can click the link to our website in the description below. When it comes to dividend stocks, finding high yields with consistency is tricky. Too often, the payouts look great on paper, but come with dire fundamentals or too much risk under the surface. But let's be really honest here too. The so-called safe income stocks don't really provide anything stellar. You'd be lucky to get any yield above 5%. This is why smart income investors must widen their search a bit beyond the names that are quoted in the mainstream financial media on a regular basis and pay close attention to specialized corner of the stock market. It's extremely unexplored by average income investors, but solid income can be generated through these investment vehicles. One name making waves in the space is Eagle Point Income Company, traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol EIC. It's certainly not your typical dividend stock, but it's built for one thing, generating income month after month. EIC stock has a dividend yield that really stands out. Mo?
Thanks, Daniela. Eagle Point Income Company is a closed-end fund focused on providing investors with a steady and high-yield income. The fund primarily invests in safer, more secure parts of the collateralized loan obligations, or CLOs for short, and more specifically, the junior debt tranches. Occasionally, up to 35% of the fund's portfolio may include riskier CLO equity and related securities to boost returns. And now, to clarify some key terms here, a closed-end fund is an investment company that raises a set amount of capital through an initial public offering and that invests that money to generate income or growth. And as for a collateralized loan obligation or CLO, it is essentially a bundle of corporate loans grouped together and sold to investors in slices. Each slice, or call it a tranche, has different level of risk and returns. EIC mainly targets some more stable, lower risk tranches, aiming to provide consistent income. And I think it's also important to note before we go into any details is that EIC stock is not for everyone. It comes with credit risk, interest rates, sensitivity, and exposure to complex assets like CLO. Investors should understand this strategy before jumping in.
And I see that EIC stock pays monthly.
Yes, Eagle Point Income Company is all about one thing, paying investors. It is one of the few names out there that dishes out monthly dividend and makes it stand out for income investors who like seeing cash coming in every 30 days. For the first half of 2025, EIC stock was paying 20 cents per share per month. But starting in July, that monthly payment rate dropped to 13 cents per share. While I understand this sounds like a big deal, but know that it's not unusual for funds like Eagle Point Income Company. The payout can move depending on market conditions and how the portfolio is performing. Still, even at 13 cents per share per month, the dividend yield on EIC stock remains very attractive. This amounts to $1.56 per share on annual basis or forward dividend yield of 11.5%. There's also something else that sets EIC stock apart from your average dividend stocks, and it's that the payout come with some predictability. Generally, Eagle Point Income Company tells exactly how much investors should be expecting to get paid each month and on which dates. To say the least, this is a big deal for investors who don't want to play the guessing game. This can help investors plan their cash flows better. And Eagle Point Income Company is not new to paying, monthly payments. This fund has a very long track record. EIC has been paying monthly payments since its IPO in 2019. That's 74 months of monthly payments. I think that's impressive. If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video.
Mo, I understand CLOs are complicated. How's the management at Eagle Point Income Company?
Daniela, investing in CLOs easy. So management isn't just important, I think it's very critical. And without proper management, this monthly dividend paying company can go from, sort of like a cash generating machine to a loss leader. I think Eagle Point Company's management is very capable and they make the case for owning EIC stock stronger. The company's recent financial results showed how efficient the management of the company really is. There was encouraging data across the board, solid net investment income, robust earnings, and very well diversified portfolio. To give you some perspective on how well the portfolio is constructed, consider this. At the end of the first quarter of 2025, Eagle Point Income Company, through its CLO investments, had indirect exposure to 1,466 unique underlying loans. The largest loan represented just 0.6% of the total loans, and the top 10 largest loans together represented just 5% of all loans. In other words, the portfolio is very well diversified, and you don't have just a risk of one loan taking your whole portfolio down.
Thanks, Mo, for your insights. If you are chasing income, EIC stock should be on your radar. This closed-end fund doesn't mess around with modest yields or safe bet yields. It's built for investors who want serious monthly income and are willing to go where most don't, into the CLO market. And while CLOs may sound complicated, the premise is simple. EIC buys slices of corporate loan bundles, collects interest, and passes the income to shareholders. And that income is paid monthly, and the yield is eye-opening 11.50%. EIC stock pays 13 cents per share each month and hasn't skipped a payment in 74 months. Plus, Eagle Point Income Company has also launched a buyback program. This $50 million program could help keep the EIC stock price sustained and even provide some capital appreciation for those who own it. Lastly, know that EIC stock trades at a discount to its net asset value. This essentially means there are risks and it may not be for everyone. EIC stock comes with risk around credit quality, interest rates, and CLO market conditions. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com to get our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. Or you can find the link to our website in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.